receiver. Welcome to the Cowboys Experience. This is Zach Martin. Welcome to the Cowboys Experience.
Hi, I'm Jalen Smith, linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys.
You say you wanna stay in a five-star suite, where all the stars meet. I get things cracking. That's what you get when you're rolling with me.
I'm kinda like a savage.
Ow!
Receiver. Welcome to the Cowboys Experience. This is Zach Martin. Welcome to the Cowboys Experience.
Hi, I'm Jalen Smith, linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. Welcome to the Cowboys Experience.
You say you wanna go where the lights are flashing. I make it happen. You say you want a man that's always packing.
I do damage.
You say you wanna stay in a five-star suite, where all the stars meet. I get things cracking. That's what you get when you're rolling with me.
I'm kinda like a savage.
Oh, really?
What's up, everybody? It's Big Game James here on the Cowboys Experience here, Media Row Cowboys Experience. We're trying to have a really good time. This is our pre-training camp roundtable, and I have Mr. Mark Holmes, Mr. Veteran Mark Holmes. I call him OG. He don't like it, but I still call you OG, dog. You the OG. And then I have Mr. Law Nation, who's been out there representing the nation like he does. But before we jump in anything, we talk about the Cowboys Experience and as such, please let's give a breakdown of what you two guys got going on, where they can find you. First, you, Mark.
Oh, me? Oh, man. If you happen to go on YouTube, you'll get sick and tired of seeing me because we are always open for business, of course. So go ahead to Jobu Sports Report, Mark Holmes, and you can definitely get all of the updates on the Cowboys. It's just happening. We're going to bring it to you. You can also check me out on Facebook, Jobu Sports Report, as well as Cowboy Jobu on Instagram.
All right. And Mr. Law Nation, my brother like no other, as you say. How you doing, Mr. Law? Tell them where they can find you.
Man, I'm doing fine like wine, man. Guys, all you got to do is type in lawnation.tube and you will find all of my channels on that particular website. It's a algorithm that I got with Google that it will immediately push you to my content. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. That's lawnation.tube.
All right. And
yes.
We appreciate everybody. And once again, this is the Cowboys Experience. So now it's time to also go like the Cowboys Experience Facebook page and our YouTube page, as well as others. We got lots of contests, giveaways planned for the rest of this month and in August. And if you want to win an autographed merchandise, meet and greet tickets, tailgates, tickets, and even games, giveaways, and things of that nature. And also, now's the time to purchase your weekend packages for the Cowboys Experience because we are planning to have a great season, which means the prices will most likely increase if that happens because of the demand. So make sure you get it early and not late because you get it now, it's going to be cheaper for you. So check the Cowboys Experience, go like the page, follow the page, and get into these great plans that we're talking about and packages that you can get on. All right?
Yes, indeed.
Without further ado, let's jump right in it. Training camp is right ahead of us. Mall Nation, you are going to be leaving on the 27th. Jabu, you're going to be out here. I'm going to be out there in California, so we're both going to be out there. So we're excited about that. So let's jump on with the news early. I know we got camp coming up, but kind of big news happened today. Allen Hurns, receiver with the Dallas Cowboys, was cut. Say $5 million for the cap for the Dallas Cowboys. They have $24 million available. What's your thoughts on the Allen Hurns cut, and what do you think it means going down the road heading into camp?
Who you want to pick up that
I'm
ball?
gonna ask you, Law, since you jump right in.
Look, this means a lot, man. A lot of times people look at Allen Hurns as a veteran wide receiver, but other people looking at it like, hey, that's $5 million saved. And look at the opportunities. We talked about off camera about how Dak Prescott got his role in his offense, right? It took a plethora of injuries to occur. So this is what happened in Cowboy Nation. Mm-hmm. People are looking at Dak Prescott's story, and they said, I got a chance now. The Gaitons of the world, the John Vaya Johnson. I know you've been looking at their tape, the Reggie Davises of the world, and also Devin Smith. They looking at this as an opportunity to say to themselves, all we need is this chance to shine. Look, training camp is right around the corner. That's what makes people better in these sorts of things against the real live competition when the pads come on. So, no, I'd rather test the market. So we'll see how all that unfolds. But in my opinion, it's good for these other guys, these younger guys, these fresher guys. They're going to say to themselves, I'm willing to make a name for myself. I want to make this team. So now it's mildew or barbecue.
I feel you. What about you, Mr. Mark?
Well, here's the thing about it. Hey, you really got 3 first rounders. If you want to go ahead and revisit that draft, getting Zeke, Dak, and Jalen Smith. And with that, you've got a young group of guys that are hungry. And in the end, you started looking at Allen Hurns. He got hurt. You know, you hate to see him after losing his leg and still holding the football. You want to root for him. I love the guy and everything else because I'll be honest with you. If that happened to me, that ball been flying up in the air and I'd be screaming like a biatch, okay? But that showed you how much, you know, that guy is concentrated on football and playing football. But make no mistake about it. You can only keep so many players. And this is the first surprise, or maybe it wasn't a surprise to some people, but you're going to see a lot of other players that are veterans that are going to be cut because the bottom line is this. If I get rid of this guy and save me $5 million, am I going to have that much of a drop off with the next man up? And that's the games you have to play because you got to look at our triplets between Dak, Zeke, and Amari. You've got to have them because we have gone without a quarterback, we have gone without Zeke, and we have gone without Amari, and we have not busted a grape without the 3 of them together. But with the 3 of them together, they went 7-1 the last 8 games. Mm-hmm. So that's your core. And let's be honest, you know, at best, he was going to be 4th wide receiver, maybe even 5th.
Well, I think that people were convinced me about Allen Hurns because I was saying go ahead and cut him because of the $5 million, not because I didn't like him, but because I was just saying that if you have a 4th option at $5 million, that just doesn't seem like good business. Now, some people had told me, well, if you're going on that Super Bowl run, you know, you need all your horses. Anybody can get injured, or a rookie. Or do you really trust a rookie? If you cut an Allen Hurns, do you trust a John Vay Johnson or let's say a Jalen Guyton? Those guys are rookies. Or do you trust a Noah Brown who hasn't really done anything in NFL? So it was making sense in my head. Like, yeah, I would see you want to keep Allen Hurns. But at the end of the day, the Cowboys still need to sign Dak Prescott. Like you said, Mark Holmes, they still need to sign Ezekiel Elliott. They still need to sign Amari Cooper. And you know he's watching Michael Thomas with that $18-19 million that just been offered from the New Orleans Saints. So he's watching them pockets too. So I think this is the time where they're like, okay, you know what? We need to go ahead and start making this push toward Dak Prescott and getting this money. So wherever we can kind of get this money and recoup it, and we're not feeling that bad at our receiver position because we're deep, this makes more economical sense in my eyes, and it's not a big fall off to me. And I think Dallas will still be okay even with this cut, even though I did like Allen Hurns.
Yes, indeed. The stream is offline right now, so I think we are speaking amongst ourselves. But I think that G can try to get it back going on his end there because he said his internet streaming is a little low as far as quality. So hopefully we can get this thing back going or figure out how we can work out this internet, guys. We're not live right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But this room fill up. Are you still live on your end, Mark?
I'm still live here.
All right.
I got, this impromptu live stream. Shout out to Bradley, Kevin, Carlos, Robbie, Derek Young, Cowboys 909, Jeremy, everybody. We're actually working with Cowboys Experience doing a live stream. And this is the first one of these that we're doing together, so we're still getting out the bugs. I'm just happy to say that.
All right, we still back up on the
Okay.
Facebook, man. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for bearing with us. This is our first shot at this thing, and I know that Shirley spaghetti, right? That there's some people that make good spaghetti and there's some that don't. Some people love the different flavors. So I believe deep down in my heart, Big Game James bringing a different view, and you as well, Mark Holmes and Joe Boo, you guys bring different views. But we are all here together, and I really appreciate all of us working together to build this thing, what we call Cowboy Nations.
Oh yes, and you know how it goes. Sometimes things just don't. You call it Murphy's Law. Sometimes it happens like that. You never know what happens with electronical systems. We can do everything we want, but sometimes the electronical systems just don't want to work for you. But hopefully, like you said, we're going to get out the kinks. Please stay with us. Please do not leave, because we got some good stuff that we're going to talk about. As I said, the Allen Hurns situation, that's unfortunate, but we did get some good news before we even talk about camp, is Travis Frederick. He's not going to be up on that PUP, and that's huge, because that was kind of the rumblings that he may not be ready for camp because he just came back from the disease that had kept him out all last year, and I think he had shoulder surgery or something like that he was still kind of working through. So we didn't even know if he was going to be active or even ready for camp. So to hear that he's active and ready for camp and ready to go, that's huge in my eyes. What do you guys think about that?
Man, go ahead and let Mark tackle that one down.
Okay, you know what? You're talking about adding a Pro Bowl center and field general to your team. That is major. I mean, you're talking about a 1/5 boost to the offensive line. That's not to put any shade towards my man Looney Tunes, but if you get him back, that's going to solidify that offensive line. I'm excited as can be, because if that offensive line is 10%, let's just say 10% better, think about the holes that are going to be opening up for Zeke Elliott. And if those holes are opening up for Zeke Elliott, think about having that safety in the box. And that safety's in the box. Think about the play action going to Randall Cobb, to Michael Gallup, or Amari Cooper. It will open up everything else. So I am excited as can be about that.
What about you, Big Law?
Hey, I look at the center position as the second hardest position to learn in the National Football League. And we didn't have that guy last year. Center position. And for those who play football, you guys know that the center got so much responsibility out there. He got to lift that head up. He got to know where the blitz is coming from. He got to slide protect. He got to make sure that those gaps are not compromised. And then on top of that, he touches the ball 100% of the time. I didn't say 99. I didn't say 97%. I said 100%. So this guy, by adding him back into the mix, don't you know that Ezekiel Elliott got a bigger smile? We talked about the core all last year, right, Big Game James?
Yes, we did.
Remember, we talked about the core.
We talked about the core.
We talked about that core. It was more on the offensive side, but now we back molding over to the defensive side with the Tristan Hills and those boys. Man, it's going to be